Welcome back to Regen Rovers. Today it's episode 31 and we're going to be playing in our first ever Cup semi-final. Today's question of the day is slightly different because it's actually a collection of questions. In the video description below you'll find a link to a survey, and I'd really appreciate it if you could answer as many questions as possible. It would only take a couple minutes and it'd be really useful for me as I'm thinking about 2019 and the content I want to create alongside Regen Rovers, which will of course continue to be my main series over the next few months. So our first ever Cup semi-final is in the Hampshire Senior Cup and we're taking on Basingstoke. But there is the potential to play Winchester in the final, which I just would absolutely love. We've not played them in a competitive match, we've only played them in friendlies so far. I want this to happen. A Winchester derby. That would be magnificent. But first of all, we are going to play a league match against Church, who are 12th in the table. Should be a comfortable win. As you can see, our unbeaten run in the league has continued. We've only lost one game all season in the league, which is just insane. It really is going rather well. Higgins and Asini, our right back and left back, are having magnificent seasons. Okoro, most clean sheets this season, 14. Our team is just, it's weird. I'm pretty much playing the same tactic. I've adjusted it slightly, haven't I? I've gone to the regroup thing. I personally think it's because there was an update, FM19 update, and it's had an impact on us scoring goals. It's made us more solid defensively, whatever I'm doing. For example, things like corners aren't really working for me anymore, whereas before they were. So perhaps we're scoring less goals from corners, and defensively we're just being a lot more solid. And there seems to be a lot more long shots going in and more free kicks going in, but general play, you know, goals from inside the box seem to be everything's different this season. However, it's worked nicely for us because we are top of the table, so I can't really complain. Maybe it's not quite so entertaining, but we're still playing some nice football, if you like direct style of play, I suppose. I'll show you the goals then. Another really good solid display against Staines. 2-0 win. Assini with his first goal for the club. A lovely curling effort. I mean, maybe the keeper should have done a bit better with that, but it's a nice finish. Josh Mann made it 2 in the second half. You may have noticed one big score for us in the last few games, but they've all been 2-0, 1-0, 2-1. Not the most exciting results on paper, but very pleasing. And striker-wise, I mean, Josh Mann's got a goal here, but Agu, Josh Mann and McCann all have 13 goals each, heading into the last third of this season. We got through to the semi-final of the Hampshire Senior Cup thanks to a quarter-final win over Fleet. We really struggled. We definitely were the better team, but you can see here 2 late goals sent us through to the semi-final. McGee got his first ever goal for the club. Avison opened the scoring for us. I mean, what is going on there? Tackling each other. Barry Miles put it out wide to Josh Mann on the left, crossed it in. It was blocked, but he persisted, did old Josh Mann. That was weird. He started to run away. In fact, both players ran away from the ball, and then McGee, long range, managed to beat the keeper. It kind of bounced off the keeper's hand and just went boom straight. That was weird. That was a bizarre goal. Sam Topless came off the bench to win us all 3 points against Tiverton. A long old ball. McCann with his pace did well. It was blocked, came off his head, but he stuck a really good deep cross in and Topless headed home for his 3rd goal of the season. And then we managed to beat Taunton 2-1. Raphael Godwin with the assist, although I think Agu got a touch to it. I think that was a touch, but it went down as a Godwin assist and Josh Mann just blasted it. I don't know if it came off the keeper, not entirely sure. And then Agu managed to get the 2nd. We're not creating as many chances as you can see, but we're prolific. We're just a bit more clinical in front of goal. I know we've not scored as many goals as last season, but we did create a hell of a lot of chances last season, and we tend to be scoring our clear-cut chances nowadays, which is pleasing. 2-1 win against Carlton as well, and it was actually 2 really good goals from Walker and Godwin, 2 central midfielders getting the goals in this match. Nice build-up play. Senior into Walker. Then this was bizarre. I mean, they both slide tackled and then Walker just stood up and smashed it in. And in the 85th minute, Godwin won us all 3 points with a really good strike with his weaker left foot, top left-hand corner. We then took on bottom of the table Merthyr, 2-0 win. I was hoping for more. We had a good start to this game, 2 early-ish goals in this game. McCann with a really good ball out wide to Higgins, our captain, and Maestro Decent cross in. Walker, great header. He's got very good jumping reach, Sean Walker. And Paul McCann scored his first goal for a long time. He went quite a few games. He was our top goal scorer by quite a distance for a while. And then he struggled, but he's managed to get back onto the score sheet. He also scored in this cracking game against Guernsey. Now, this is the first game for a while where it's been goal heavy and similar to last season. Agu scored 2 very early goals within a minute, in the 3rd and the 4th minute. McCann crossed it in for the first, and Agu stonking header. And straight from kickoff, let's have a look to see the goal straight from kickoff. 4th minute from Agu again. Good to see him getting on the score sheet, but like I said, Man, Agu and McCann all on 13 goals. It's so close for that golden boot this season. It won't be as many goals as last year where Luke Mooney got, was it 31, and Agu managed to score 27. McCann got 19. We might not have any strikers reach even the 3rd. I mean, McCann got 19 last year. We might not have anyone reach that. Josh Mann then made it 3. Great ball from Agu to McCann. With his pace, easy finish for Man. And McCann got a 4th for us. It wasn't necessarily the most comfortable result in the end because they did manage to score 2 goals, but overall very good performance against Guernsey. And I'll just stick a clip up now of an incredible save from Okoro in this match. It really was unbelievable. No surprise really from him though. He's just magnificent, isn't he? And the most recent game was a pretty boring 0-0 against Scarborough. In the end we were hanging on because Godwin managed to get sent off. So Godwin does miss out in the squad today because of that red card. Perry Miles is coming in for him, and I must say he keeps getting better and better. This fairly professional personality has helped him, I think, reach his potential a bit more than some of our other youth academy players. There is an argument to start him over the likes of Sean Walker, who hasn't really improved ever since we signed him. Like, he's always been this good. He's always had 14 on passing and 11 on vision, I think. Good jumping reach, natural fitness. Everything else about him isn't particularly strong, so I can see one day Sean Walker dropping out of the team because he has been a bit inconsistent this year, I'll be honest. He's always featured in the top 3 players of the season award. You know, he's a little bit of a fan's favourite. He's been here since the start, of course, when I signed him from Lewis when he was released. I don't know, there's something about Perry Miles. He's a bit more well-rounded and I kind of feel like I need to give him more of a go. McGee's going to play in the middle as well. Owusu is starting to make his recovery, which is really good after many months out injured, of course. But the rest of the team is kind of the first choice. Okoro, Higgins, Keane, Everson, Assini, Agu, Josh Mann and McCann. Josh Mann is our first choice as that poacher these days. None of the strikers really fit their roles. I could play Agu there and Mann there, or McCann in the middle because he's more of a poacher. But this kind of works. This is the journey that Overchurch took down to Plumbing Park today, then down the M40, down the A34. Quite a simple journey, really. So this might get a little bit confusing. There's 3 Walkers on the pitch. Sean Walker, our player. They've also got Matt Walker. He's hardly played this season, hasn't scored so far, which guarantees he's going to score today. And the top goal scorer in the league with 24 goals, Lewis Walker, 29 goals in all competitions. Can we stop him from scoring? Can our solid defence prevent him from scoring? I'd kind of be surprised because he looks prolific. Harry Hickford, their captain, player from my Chelmsford City series back in the day. Let's go! Let's do this. Come on, lads. Let's get a win. We're so many points clear at the top of the table. It's just easy, to be honest, this season. It's bizarre, really. I'm not complaining. It's almost gone under the radar, the fact that we've only lost 1 game in the league, because last year we scored so many goals. You know, we really were amazing. But, somehow that doesn't go in. But at the same time, we did lose games. So it kind of it's gone a bit unnoticed this year because we maybe haven't been quite so entertaining. But here they come. They seem to be dominating the play so far. 20 minutes into this game, we've had 0 shots, which is a little bit worrying. Marcus Higgins comes out. It's good cross. Back post. Great save, Okoro. And tell them to get creative. That always inspires them. Now we can play out from the back again. We always play out to the defenders and then we lump it. That's our style of play. It's over the top for Josh Mann. He's through. Josh Mann saved. And that's our first clear-cut chance of the game. And Assini will take the corner to the back stick. Headed away. We've not been quite so good from corners lately. Here's Assini again. But that's the end of that highlight. My assistant keeps telling me to play a short passing style of play. And I don't really know why, because we've been so good with direct football, but I'm tempted to give it a go because maybe it will work. Maybe it will be more effective. Not happy. Cautiously said not happy. Always works. Cautious. Underrated tone. Question is, do I agree with my assistant? Do I say, yeah, let's give short passing a go? I'm not so sure. We're going to go for early crosses. Free kick. Come on, Higgins. Higgins curls it just wide. Now the highlight, couple minutes into the second half. McGee to Assini, blasts it long. Looking for Josh Mann, who's through again. Josh Mann! Missed a couple opportunities. He's missed 2 clear-cut chances. I'm going to bring on Sam Topless for him and move Agu into the middle. Possibly McCann into the middle. No, we'll move Agu into the middle. He has been great this year, Josh Mann. And he scores a surprising number of goals considering his attributes. But he's missed 2 clear-cut chances today. We should be winning. We've only had, 8 shots. But two of them should have been goals. And now, are they going to punish us? They've got very deadly striker, of course, up front. The 2 Walkers combining, but Perry Masters well to instead. We haven't really seen him on the ball at all, have we? Here's Topless waiting for support, but he locks it long for McCann, who heads it into the path of Agu. Great save by the keeper. It was offside anyway. Right, I'm going to bring on Jason Glenn for Sean Walker, maybe Constantinu for Jason McGee as well, because he's on a yellow. Perry Mills over to the left. Let's try this. Oh, this is boring. Not really working for us today, is it? But we should be winning. I'm going to go counter press. We might have our second 0-0 draw in a row today. Sorry. It's not been the most exciting game, has it? But, a chance right at the end. Somehow we clear it. And now we've got a corner right at the death. Facino, we're going to win it with the last kick of the game. That's weird. What happened there? Higgins to the back post. It's headed away. All the players were bundled together. Constantinu. Surely the ref's going to blow his whistle. And you're going to see a 0-0 for the first time in a while, to be fair. Max Keane blocked. Josh Mann should have won it for us. It doesn't really matter. We should still be quite a few points clear at the top of the table. I'm going to say it's not good enough, which is stressed at Constantinu for some reason. Those of you that were calling for defensive football, you've got your wish. You're seeing some good defending. You're seeing some solid play at the back. It's not quite so exciting. But the weird thing is I've not really changed things. And even when I've got it on the counter-press thing, which was the same as last year, we're just not scoring as many goals. Now, there's a few reasons. Firstly, we've improved our defence. That's why defence is better. The reason why we're not scoring as many goals could be the fact that we don't have Luke Mooney anymore. And maybe he really was a massive difference maker because of his pace around the back. But I personally think it is because of the update. I think it's just completely changed how my tactic works. But it's more effective if you think about it, because defensively we're so good. We've only lost 1 game all season. We're 16 points clear at the top of the table. Hereford do have a game in hand. But either way, we're at least 14 points clear at the top of the table with 13 games left to go. We should breeze this. We really should. You may have spotted a lot of these little symbols here. Wanted, bids, various things that have happened to our players. No one has left. No players have left. We've had multiple bids for players. Well, contract offers to players because, of course, they're on non-contracts. And everyone keeps rejecting them because, firstly, we're top of the table. Secondly, most of the clubs coming in for these players are in the tier below, so why would they leave? They're going to stay at Regen Rovers, aren't they? So I'm sticking out a very strong team against Basingstoke. I'm determined to get through to my first cup final. We want to win the Hampshire Senior Cup this year, preferably against Winchester. I've made one change. Jason Glenn has come in for Walker. He's moved to the right. Perry Mills has moved to Walker's position. I've also switched McCann and Josh Mann around. I'm always willing to experiment with that threesome up front and just swap them. I swapped Agu and McCann around at one point. That worked. But we've got a little bit stale up front in the last couple of games, so yeah, we'll see if that works. This midweek match suits all the players with 9 to 5 jobs quite perfectly, actually. Really easy trip up to Basingstoke Town Football Club. Chef wasn't working at the Chesel Rectory tonight, so he drove us up there. Good old Chef. Still a big part of the club despite the fact he doesn't play for us anymore. Basingstoke going with a classic non-league 4-4-2. I think they've got quite a strong team up, but they are towards the bottom of our league, so we need to be beating Basingstoke, whatever sort of team. They've even got someone called Ricardo, who's very fast, but we don't need to worry about Ricardo. Plenty of regens in their team. Of course, we are 4 seasons in now. They will start to become a bit more prevalent, particularly in the lower leagues where there's a few less players, I suppose, that are loaded into the game. It might be quite a while until we get to the Football League. This is a long old slog, but it does look like this season we're getting promoted, finally, to the National League South. 12 minutes in. I was kind of tempted to go over the whole counter press from the start, but we'll just play our usual game, I think. What a tackle. Who was that? Keane blasts it up the pitch looking... Oh, Agu does well. McCann. He's got Josh Mann. Come on, Josh Mann. This time he does score. Couple bad misses against Church, but he's managed to find the back of the net against Basingstoke, and he's now our top goal scorer this season. Nice assist from McCann as well. Keane just smashed it up there. Good header from Agu, getting ahead of the centre-back, and McCann just slotted it through that player's legs. And Josh Mann, great finish from the edge of the box. Josh Mann, he's our man. If he can't do it, no one can. Yeah. Here come Basingstoke, looking to get back into it straight away. Easy save for Okoro, tipping it round the post. First clear-cut chance of the game for them. Hodges knocks it to the back stick. Easy header away by Agu. The good thing about not scoring as many goals is from corners is we're conceding fewer goals from corners as well. So it kind of works both ways. I need to try and think of find the new formula for scoring from corners, because the old method certainly isn't working. All the teams have worked us out. That's knocked into the box, blocked by Higgins. Now we've won a corner. Maybe we'll score from a corner this time. Hassini's back post. Avison! That was actually a chance. Well, it looked like a chance. It hasn't gone down as a chance. Here come Basingstoke. Walters. Kearney crosses it in. Decent header. Easy save for Okoro. Avison mashes it up the pitch, looking for Agu. Putting some pressure on the defence. They should clear though. There we go. Up the pitch. But good header by Avison. Comes out. Absolute brute. Good. It was a decent run from Miles until he lost the ball. Parry Miles after it. They've got someone called Blackwell. Oh no, Keane, get back with your pace. Get back with your pace. Hinkson Mars is through, but a great save by Okoro. Oh, McCann's picked up a little bit of a knock there. We've got Fawkes on the bench today. He's been out of the team lately because Topless has taken his place on the bench. 1-0 at half time. I'm not going to make any changes. I could go to balanced, but we're going to keep attacking. I want to get a second goal. Give us a bit of a cushion. Higgins, free kick, dangerous position. Hits the ball. Second attempt, flashes it over. Half an hour to go then. Basingstoke currently on the attack. They kind of deserve to be back into this, don't they, with the couple clear-cut chances they've had. But Okoro, once again, pulling off some great saves. Jason Glenn over the top for McCann. Tackled. Here's Agu. Can we hit them on the break? Agu. Into the box, crosses it in. McCann! Oh, that is a chance. Although it's not gone down as a chance again. I think it came off his chest, actually. So it was probably just slightly the wrong height for him. Here's Higgins, our captain. Best play of the season for me so far. McCann round the back this time. Completely mishit it, but it was deflected behind for a corner, which Yassine knocks into Perry Miles. And it's over the line from Agu. Agu do 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 do. Agu do 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 do. Crossed in from Yassine. Perry Miles with the header, and Agu on the floor manages to stick out a leg and steers it over the line. Made a couple changes. Looks like we're comfortably going through to the final of the Hampshire Senior Cup. That's going to be a big day for the club. I know it's not an amazing tournament. It's not the FA Trophy. It's not, an actual recognised trophy really, but it's a bit of silverware, our first silverware, hopefully, if we can beat whoever we face in the final. Let's just make one more change. Josh Mann's going to come on for Morgan Fawkes, off for Morgan Fawkes for the last 5 minutes. Once again, our defenders picking up really good ratings. Okoro kept us in it, and Agu managed to get us over the line in the end, didn't he? I think this 2-0 win sums up our season. Solid defending, good goalkeeping, clinical in front of goal when it's required. We've had a lot of 2-0s. We've had a lot of 1-0s. So many clean sheets this season for Okoro. We're into the final. Let's get excited. Let's go and win a competition. And yes, we're going to be taking on Winchester in the final. That is perfect. That's what I wanted. Oh, Regen Rovers versus Winchester in the final of the Hampshire Senior Cup, which is going to be then. So join me for episode 32 of Regen Rovers, where it's going to be a Winchester derby. Regen Rovers versus Winchester City in the Hampshire Senior Cup final. Hope you're looking forward to it. I'll see you soon.